Welcome back everyone. This is continuation of my previous session on Java design patterns. Now in this program I'm going to use three design patterns. Let me explain what those are. Now I have an interface called shape which has a method called draw shape. Now for this I have three implementations, one in rectangle, I have one more implementation in triangle, and one more implementation is in circle, which draws different shapes. There's a message here to print it. Now, in addition to these three implementations, I also have another null shape implementation. This is a null implementation or a default implementation or a fallback implementation. This particular functionality will be executed if none of the other implementations are executed. Now, to get an object of these implementations without the knowledge of the client, I need a factory pattern. I have a factory class which has a method called getShape, which takes an option. Depending on the option, it creates an object of rectangle, triangle, or circle, and it returns it. There is an default implementation here. If you see, this creates an object of null shape and returns it. Now, just to understand the singleton pattern, what I'm doing is I'm converting this shape factory to a singleton class. What is a singleton class? A singleton class is one which has only one object in the entire application, and that object is created by the class itself. No other client can create an object of shape factory. So what I'm doing here is I have a method called getShapeFactory that will create the object of its own if it is null, that is the first time, and after that it returns the same object every time getShapeFactory method is called. So inside the client, now let me open the client program. Now I have this client program with me which says get me the shape factory. It gets a shape factory object, and using shape factory object it gets the shape as entered by the user. Now depending on the shape object that is returned here, it calls draw shape. Now let me run this and see how this works. When I enter rectangle, it prints draws a rectangle. When I enter a triangle, it prints, it draws a triangle. When I enter a circle, it prints, it draws a circle. Now, when I enter anything else other than this, it says it draws nothing. So what is happening here is a factory class, which is a singleton class, returns a shape depending on the user's input, and that particular implementation is executed. And there is a null implementation also that is taken care by the null shape. This is the null object pattern. So this is an example of a design patterns which has three design patterns here. There are three design patterns in this example. We'll see some more in our next sessions. Thank you.